This is the PC from our Craptastic build challenge. It was my PC, and I want to turn this into my Windows Vista machine. Why Vista? Well, just for the lulz. But I already have a very nice Windows XP system, and that is this. This is my XP system. It's a Pentium 4, and this is a little faster and has a way better graphics card, and that's pretty much the main part. And I already have a lot of XP systems. I've got here this that runs XP. I think this also runs XP, and this runs also XP, or it used to, and this runs XP, so there's quite a lot of XP, so why not go with Vista? Yeah, there's one issue though, and I think it's the RAM. It has only one gigabyte of RAM, and that should be fine for Vista, but I'd like to have a little more. But I'm not sure what RAM it takes. I guess it's DDR1, and I might just be so rude and swap out some RAM from this to give this a little upgrade. But right now I will put it on the desk and we'll figure out everything that's wrong with it, because this was not built carefully at all. This was just slapped together in 20 minutes. Watch the video. Took a little longer in real, but it was just really slapped together, not careful. So we'll fix everything and get everything running. I think it runs XP, and yeah, we'll see how we can make this a nice little system for all the software. So let's do that. And a little question I want to answer. I got, I think, a comment that asked why I write stuff like this on my systems. Like here, for example, AMD Sempron x86. Well, it is really the only reason that I don't forget what CPUs these things have, because I have so many systems already, and I don't really use them like all that much, but when I want to do a project, I want to know what I'm dealing with. So for example, I've got here this Pentium 4 that I know it's a Pentium 4, but then this, which I haven't touched in a very long time, and I wouldn't really know what's in there. It's an Athlon apparently, and it's 32-bit, and same with this, it's 32-bit, and that's good to know, because when I want to boot a 64-bit OS, I don't have to figure it out. I can just look here and say, it's not going to boot it. So I don't do that with my Macs, of course, because they're just way too beautiful to write on it. But these, I wouldn't really call them beautiful. So yeah, it's really just an organizational thing. So let's look under the hood here. Look at the mess that we will encounter. And I got here some drives. Well, one drive, and I want to probably use this drive, and that's the little funny story. As you can see, it's been messed with quite a bit, and that's because the previous owner put in this screw in an angle, and so I just could never get this out. I need like a saw and saw this off. This is just not coming out. And as you can see, it's, yeah, pretty messy. Hope the drive still works, because this is a rather nice drive. This is a 500 gig drive, 72 RPM, and this is what I want to make my boot drive. It's a Samsung. So yeah, but right now in there is a, yeah, there you can see the quality this has been assembled with. What is this? A 72 RPM, 250 gig Seagate Mate. Might as well use this, because 250 is more than I will need, and this is 500. So I might just maybe repurpose this entirely and use this. Not sure. Okay, here is the main board. It's like an ASRock main board. It's quite a nice main board. And this is not hooked up. This goes right there. Okay, nothing's blocking the fan. That's good. And we have this is a serial port. Yeah. Not if I'm ever gonna use that. I don't even know where it plugs in, to be honest. Let's go one of these. Huh. Not really sure. I probably will throw this out. It's not like I ever use a serial port. Might as well get the manual up for this main board. Okay, we got a 400 DDR, so that's as I already thought, DDR1. Oh, come on. Yep, 512 megis. Not the the RAM you want for Vista. This is even slower. This is 266 megahertz. Oh boy. So it's not even the full speed of 400 megahertz. Now what kind of sucks is this board only has 2 RAM slots, so I think the best this is gonna get is 2 gigs. Because as far as I know is that there are no DDR1 modules over 1 gig. And that really sucks. But what can I do? I mean, that's just what we have to deal with here. And here is the, what is that? A warning, the future CPU port is only for the installation of ASRock add-on CPU board. So this is for another CPU or what? Can you tell me what that is? It looks to me like an AGP, another one like here. But it probably isn't. But yeah, maybe you can tell me. And this is here it says audio. Okay. And here is all the wiring mess. This needs to be hooked up. Now that we are installing Vista, we don't have to fear with SATA incompatibility like XP already had. So we can hook that up as well and be happy with 2 optical drives. It's like, it's so fun when you compare like Mac to PC back in the days. The Macs always, they make such a huge deal out of 2 optical drives. Like, you were the boss when you had 2 optical drives. For example, the Mac Pro here has 2, and OMG, that was like the best you're gonna get. And Windows PCs are like, yeah, you can have 2 optical drives. And you can have another one if you really need one. And yeah, no deal. Floppy drive, it's already here. But I think it's broken. We can, if I recall correctly, I know that I got a disc with a broken floppy. And maybe I swapped it out. I don't know. Floppies will definitely be a little useful for our purposes, you know, because we like to do stuff with old ass operating systems, and so floppies are just, there's no way around them. And I already have a floppy producing machine here, but it's good to have another one. I mean, I like all of them. Old PCs have floppies like this and this, but they're all not really having a useful OS on them, or a working OS, or a working hardware configuration, even in the worst case. So, but the rest is looking good. Here is the SATA, and this needs to be sorted. I mean, this is just, here's a speaker port. Oh boy, what's all of this? Ground 2D. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but it works without this, so yeah. What do we have in the front? We have 2 USBs. That's everything. Okay, that is good if they work. Oh no. Okay, I see. Here is this cable coming out. And that goes to this board. You can see it in there maybe. So, one of these things is the USB. Oh no. Why can't I just have a regular USB like the one every other mainboard has? They have to have it like this. Asshole. Okay, well anyway. Here's HDD, LED. This is a busted connector. Okay. Two are hooked up. Yeah, I will figure this out. Alright, I took down this beater here. Boy, this case is so obnoxious. Even rusted out here because I forgot the side panel outside once. But at least it has thumb screws because, yeah, I might just use these guys with this if it fits. Yeah, definitely good. Alright. And in here we have, oh, I see a lot of nice RAM. Nice cooler even. This is even a better system, I think. I just absolutely hate this main board. So that's why it's not going to be used for my project here. I think even the CPU could be swappable. But you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna use the old ass Sempron. We can do that anytime later. What do we have in here? I'll take out this. This is a 1 gig stick. I'm pretty sure. Yep. And 400 megahertz. Good RAM. And here we have another 1 gig. Okay, that's good because this is probably the way to go. We have two 1 gig sticks with 400 megahertz. That's good. And here we'll put in 1 gig back, both 512 meg modules. So this is in total having, I think now 2 gigs, which is still good. I mean, still more than this system will ever need, but yeah, it runs a, I think, Ubuntu off of this hard drive. Alright, it's like flying around in there. Yeah, I'm sorry, hard drive. Okay, yeah, just find our way in here. For right now, this is really nothing more than a storage place for this RAM. The system is not used. Boy, these panel gaps. So this is our status quo before we'll boot the system. For the first time, we got a gigabyte of RAM in here. Nice and secure. First thought it was a little loose, but no. That's fine. The Sempron. A GPU. A Ethernet card. I took out the serial port because I'm never going to use that. And the hard drive. I gave up on these guys because this is just all USB, and I even know where it should go. Especially, it should go. Maybe I can get the camera out of there. It should go here, like here. I just have absolutely no idea which plug goes where. And this is a good guessing game. I mean, I could fire up the manual, but you know what? We got some nice USBs back here, even 6. So I'm just gonna leave them unplugged. I found this magnet here. Look how strong it is. This is really some serious shit here. Alright, so that we got the system all assembled, everything attached, we can start it up and install Vista. We are ready. Oh, classic. The fan is going nuts. Is it hitting something? Oh. What is so... Is it this one? Yes. This little bitch. Making so much noise. Ha. Oh god. I hate that. Anyway, here is the startup screen. I'm gonna go into F2 and we'll enable the legacy USB support because we need to boot from CD. In order to do that, we can only use the keyboard. So let's put in Vista. I went with Home Premium, even though I could install pretty much any version I want because I have all of them. No, not this card. Will save the changes and exit. And now it should automatically detect the CD and we can start installing. Yeah, didn't have to press anything even. There you go. So let's install. So I decided to switch monitors because I'm gonna sit here in my main PC and I can look at this more easily. But I want to just quickly show you this setup because I had some guys complaining that we do these very inefficient, stupid ass setups and that we could do it just so much better. And yeah, to all of you guys, well, yeah, you know what, we don't really care. I mean, we don't care that the VGA cable goes all the way across here and it's blocking perfectly the way here, and also that the mouse cable is going all the way there. I mean, yes, we could just put the entire PC here, but that would just be too easy, right? And the keyboard is here, by the way, so I have to enter something, I have to get all the way here. But yeah, like to all the guys who think that this is gonna be permanent, no. But right now, temporarily, it's pretty good because if I need to access the hardware still, I can do it very easily. So it's not so stupid after all. Should we go with business? This is on the business. Frank Stronach approves. Anyway, I think we'll go with Home Premium. And you could tell me if business is something like starter, then I would be very happy because I have no idea what business is. Is that something like professional? But should it then not be listed like here before ultimate? Or what the hell is business? I don't know. I mean, this is the only disc I'm still missing, so I have no idea what it really is about. We'll go with Home Premium. And let's erase the disc. There you go. Data Weda. Okay. We'll just delete it. There's surely no important data on there. Well, now it's too late. But I don't care. Let's install Vista. Should go pretty quick. I mean, we have a 72 RPM hard drive, 2 gigs of RAM, a Sempron, which I still don't know if it's dual core or not. I mean, that's like systems from back in the days when Vista was released. So it should be good, should be fine. And it's so fun that Windows 10 still has this screen sorta without the arrow, but like for the most part, it's it's still looking the same. So we got Vista up and running, which is good, without hassles. And it even installed apparently the GPU driver, which is just insane considering this is after all Vista Service Pack 0. So I'm a little impressed. Seems to be way more compatible than this POS where I was using Vista with. Okay, so now we can finally see if this is a dual core or a single core CPU. That's what I'm just so curious about. I have no idea. It would definitely be good if it is a dual core. Would definitely help a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember all of this crap. We don't need this. How can I disable this? Where's the little checkbox where you can disable it? Not there, okay. Anyway, 2 gigs of RAM, which is good. And we don't have a working Ethernet control. You know, that's so typical. I mean, I'm hoping at least one of these two is working, because I want to have my Ethernet working, and this is where I was planning to download drivers. Now audio control is fine. Processors. Oh, it's a single core. Okay, yeah. What can I do? GPU is installed. It's 9600 CPU. Not the best, but also not the worst. I'm having way worse stuff. Now, is anybody ever using these things, or did anybody ever use this? I certainly never did when I was a Vista user. Okay. So here is the start menu. Now I have to really give Vista this. This is really one of the best looking Windows versions. I still think 7 looks a little better, but they're looking very similar, and like this or that. Oh, this is so beautiful. I mean, Windows 10 is like this boring ass tiles, and yeah, the windows are just like this one flat color, and everything is flat and boring. And here you have this nice see-through arrow. Awesome. Yeah, it's stuff I always liked about Vista, definitely. So let's set up the internet. So the setup is back to normal. And now, before we get online with our Vista PC to get some viruses, we'll switch out my switch. See what I said there? Yeah. Anyway, I got this here from a very nice friend of mine. He needed a switch with more ports, and he really gave me this for free. I mean, that's so nice of him. He was like, see it as an early birthday present, and look how clean that is. I mean, you can barely see any usage. So this is a gigabit Ethernet switch, and this is a crap switch. But it has a lot of ports, and you know, for the most part, it's fine. But for transferring files, and this is where this always struggled so much, it is just not good. So this is limited to 12 megabytes. By this, oh yeah, left some more. So the power still works good. Just doing some checking. Now, do we have internet sharing enabled on my main computer? Let's see. We have, but Windows is so buggy, it sometimes needs a little reset, so we'll do that. Good, good, good. Fine. Let's see. I hope I plugged it in the right Ethernet port because this has two and one of them is not working. So, yeah. Let's see if I got it right. Now here's Vista. This is such a broken ass casing. Okay. Let's put it back to its bros. Up here. And install some drivers. I will not record that, that's just boring. So how's the progress going? Well, I'm currently installing Service Pack 1 because right now we are at the crappy release version of Vista, which as we all know isn't the greatest. And I'm curious, I still don't have a driver for the Ethernet card and I don't have a driver for the audio. And maybe that gets installed automatically when we install Service Pack 1. And if not, well, I just have to Google them. Or, go in the device manager and do it that way. But anyway, it's going along pretty nice. And it's not too sluggish either. It's going pretty good. So these 2 gigabytes of RAM are definitely the right choice. Now, from the processor wise, I'm gonna be curious on what Windows Experience Index is gonna say to it. Probably on the worst side. But yeah, I might really swap out I might really swap out the processors of, like here, this is a dual core. I think even 64-bit, but it's not really important. But this is a dual core and this is a single core CPU, but we'll see. Maybe I'll keep that even. So let's install Service Pack 1. That's gonna take a little while. Okay, final update on my Vista machine. I got everything installed. I even installed Service Pack 1 successfully. And there's this problem that you have when you have a broken CMOS battery, empty CMOS battery. The Windows activation, if it has not been activated, will after 1 day say because the date is set to the default that you haven't activated it, and so I need to do that, but that's not really a problem because we're gonna use some utility for that. You don't know what I'm talking about, you know how that works, but anyway, I got all the data you want on there. As you see, very, very important data. But yeah, this should also now function as a little, well, you really need to clean that up. That shouldn't be that messy. But this should also be doing pretty much the same job as this. Creates floppy drives, creates DVDs, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, and also now I have a Vista machine, and yeah, everything's successful. So in the future I might swap out the chipset, but until then, yeah, I'm gonna stick with it how it is. So thank you for watching. Oh, and we wanted to know the Windows Experience Index exactly. It's 3.6, and it says a new hardware was found, but that's only the installed driver for the LAN card. So here you see processor gets even a 3.7. It's not so bad, and it's still worse than the RAM, which shows that the CPU isn't really all that good. But anyway, as you can see, the old GPU is actually kicking quite good here in Vista. So yeah, I think it was a good choice to go with this system. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you later, alligator.